Welcome to Talk of the Town. This is an official podcast from the town of Pinetop-Lakeside to expand upon community topics shared through the Talk of the Town newsletter. Here we will give you more detail, respond to questions, and deliver information about community news and happenings. Hey, it's Rob Hefner here with the town of Pinetop-Lakeside. This is Talk of the Town, and I have the Police Services Officer, Officer Haas, with me again today. How are you?
I am fabulous. I am so glad we could do this again.
Yes, you bet. So this is our way to talk to people, let people know what's going on, and we can be timely, which is good. We wanted to talk about animal control and probably specifically dogs, but obviously there's other issues as well. But you had something just happen yesterday, didn't you?
I did. I found a puppy over by Christopher's Gardens, and it kind of led me to think, when I put up on Facebook, trying to get citizens to help me find their owner, our citizens on the mountain are just so amazing. They were all sharing it everywhere and trying to help me find these owners. Every single lost and found pet page, even some news, like newspaper outlets.
Right.
People had shared them to those newspaper outlets. So it kind of inspired me to do this today, where we could talk about, because I'm having some real animal control issues up here on the mountain right now. And I'm hoping, with as responsive and as amazing as our citizens were to help me with just this puppy, they'll be able to help me on a larger scale fix a couple of these issues we're having.
Okay, so let's talk about it. What are some of the concerns?
Well, so the big one is the overcrowding of shelters, which leads me also to the vaccinations. Right now, we've had people who are spreading some miscommunications. So I'm trying to kind of head that off a little bit, that they're saying that you can just take the dogs to the shelters all the time. They kind of don't be accurate where the dogs were found. And sometimes these dogs are being found on the reservation or in different counties where they don't have as strict of vaccination protocols. So these animals are bringing into the shelter systems, and sometimes they're just dumping them. And we've had quite a few animal abandonments, and I wanted to share with people that that's still a crime, and when they dump those animals in the shelters and they're infected, now I've exposed the entire populace of these animals to whatever diseases they were carrying. There's a reason that there is set capacity numbers for these animals in these shelters, and that's so we can have them spaced out appropriately, have enough time to get inoculation in place, and sometimes we use fosters and things like that to kind of move out space and try to keep the shelter numbers down. But right now we've had a few disease outbreaks, and I know of like 3 different shelters right now because of overcrowding, because people are just dumping these animals off of these shelters.
So if you got a dog and it's your dog and you've had this dog, you need to take care of the dog. Okay.
Right.
If you run into a situation where you can't afford to take care of the dog, then you can reach out for resources, right?
Absolutely. And that's, people call the shelters and they go, well, I don't have any space right now. Well, that just means right now. That doesn't mean that we're not going to try to take the animals. We move animals all the time. I work very closely with all of the local shelters. We try to move them down to Tucson. If they have some availability, we've moved a few times down to Yavapai County. I know they've taken animals. Even Soldier's Best Friend, which is a nonprofit organization that takes animals that have a good aptitude to be service pets for our veterans. They will come take puppies and things like that from the shelters to go train those to be specific service dogs for these vets. So there's constant movement in the shelter. So just because we say we can't take them right now doesn't mean never. It just means keep calling, keep trying these different outlets so we can get space, so that way we can keep these dogs safe and have the best chance possible to readopt them to loving forever homes. Yeah.
Now that's addressing a dog that was yours and you had or you adopted or whatever.
Right.
But how about I see a dog, I find a dog, and first instinct is I want to bring it inside, make it warm, especially now this time of year, give it some food. What's my next step there? What do I do?
Well, and I absolutely understand that thought process. I mean, I didn't don this vest because I don't love animals. I put it on to fight on the front lines to get these animals homes and rights, but you got to do it in the right way. So if you want to help these animals, before you pick them up or things like that, call the local shelters and don't just take them into your home necessarily, because it's not that I don't want you guys to help these animals. I want citizens to help these animals, which is why I'm talking to you today. I want you to do it safely. I don't want you to bring into your home a dog that's got parvo or distemper or mange, and now your animals all have that, or your kids can get these things. Yes. I just want you guys to be safe. I want to help these animals to the best of my ability, but I want my citizens to be safe in the process.
Okay, so down below, we're going to put some of the contacts for some of the local shelters,
Yes.
who to contact. Should they call the shelter directly? Should they call you? Or what's the process?
Absolutely. So any of us will be willing to help and answer your questions. Myself, all my constituents across Navajo County for animal care and control. The shelters will answer your questions. And if you want to get involved on a more proactive way, always fill out paperwork. You can foster dogs at home. You can help donate. A lot of our animal control and shelter systems, we have kennel programs and kibble programs where we're trying to get citizens who have fallen hard on their luck and they want to surrender their animals just because they can't afford to feed them and things like that. So we'll help get food to them. We'll help get them vaccinated. We'll help get you resources, so if anybody wants to help, we are more than welcome. I'm an open book. If you ever want to call me and just chat and ask questions, you can always come down to the Pinetop-Lakeside Police Department or call us at the 8800 number, and I'm more than willing to talk, which also leads me to keep your friends and family and citizens accountable. Make sure we're getting vaccinations, things like that, because I want to make sure everybody's safe in the town. Yeah,
get your vaccinations. Go in there. A lot of different places do them. You've got, of course, rabies. You've got distemper.
Right.
You've got parvo. You've got all of that. Keep in mind, I want to remind people, parvo maybe not had an issue. You might not have an issue with fleas because of all the rain and all the moisture we got. Fleas are probably going to be an issue this coming season.
They are. And I know there was just a few cases of feline parvo and dog parvo, and then a couple cases of distemper. So like I said, I know vets are expensive. So even if you can't afford to go to a vet, I know a few vet have payment programs, like they have financial assistance. I don't know which vets those are off the top of my head. I just know that a few citizens have informed me of that. In addition, excluding the rabies vaccine, you can get most vaccines. They have a 5-pack, 6-pack, 10-pack of all the different kinds of vaccines, distemper, parvo. Some of them even have coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And those are all offered at like Cow Ranch and Tractor Supply, and I believe the Shantytown offers vaccines.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Officer Haas. Is there anything else?
No, sir. That was great. And I can't wait to see what our citizens can achieve together.
Awesome. Very much. Have a great day out there. Keep warm. Keep your pets warm. This is Talk of the Town for the town of Pinetop-Lakeside.